musicians, if my lessons have helped you in the past, after you learn this song, I would love it if you would consider jumping over to my Patreon and checking that out and considering supporting me there. You can think of it as leaving me a tip and helping me buy a new set of guitar strings, but you're about to learn this song either way, so no pressure. Either Way by Chris Stapleton is going to be played in drop D tuning. That means that you take your 6th string and you drop it to a D, and then you're going to capo across the 2nd fret of the guitar and play in D-shape formation, which puts this in the real key of E, but I'll be speaking of it as though it's D since we're playing out of D-shape formations. The opening riff is going to start by plucking down with your pick strings 6, 5, and 4, and then back to 5. So we've got, and actually you'll throw in the 4th string again right after the 5. So you've got 6, 5, 4, 5, 4. Like that. 6, 5, 4, 5, 4. And then after hitting the open 4 string that last time, you'll put your 2nd finger down on the 5th string 2nd fret, and I'm speaking relative to our capo, of course. 5th string 2nd fret, you'll pluck that, and then you'll slide your middle finger up to the 5th string 4th fret. So we've got, after sliding to the 4th fret of the 5th string, you'll then hit the open 4th string again, and then you'll hit the 5th string 4th fret and slide it back down to the 2nd fret again where you started it. So you've got, after sliding back down to the 5th string 4th fret, you'll hit the open 4th string again, and then you'll hit the open 5th string, and then you'll hit the open 4th string again. So all that first part comes together very slowly like this. And then it starts back over. And the second time through it does that. So the way that you're going to do that is the first part starts off, or the first part of the second half of the opening riff starts off just like the first half did, of 6, 5, 4, 5, 4. Second finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, sliding to the 4th fret of the 5th string. You'll hit the open 5th string after that again. You'll hit the 5th string and slide back down to the 5th string 2nd fret, but then here you're going to pull off with your 2nd finger, and then you'll hit the you'll put your 2nd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, and then slide it up to the 4th string 4th fret. So that second part comes together very slowly like this. And the two parts come together, and I'll play it very slowly like this. So this is the whole intro. And then we get into the verse. From that intro, it then goes into the verse, and the verse is kind of just a less flashy version of the intro, where you just go 6, 5, 4, 5, and then slide up to the 5th string 4th fret, and then just let that note decay, and then strike it again and slide it back down to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, let that note decay, hit the open 4th string, and then it goes back to the open 6th string. And just repeats that way. then after 4 rounds of that, it comes up to a G chord. Now, since we're in drop D tuning, the way that Chris Stapleton makes this G is he just bars with his first finger across the relative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the relative 5th fret of the guitar relative to our capo. Just capoing or just barring strings 6, 5, and 4 with your first finger. And does a very simple picking pattern of basically just down on the 6th string, but then plucking the 5 and the 4 after it. So 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4. Sometimes it's just 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5. Some sort of variant on those before it comes back down to this part of the riff. And then back up to the G. Inside the G the second time, you can hear him do a little hammer on with what I presume is probably his pinky finger to the 5th string relative 7th fret inside of our barred G chord, and then pulls off and then goes to an A chord and does that inside of the A chord. So the A chord will be an open 5th string and first finger barring strings 4, 3, and 2 on the 2nd fret, and it just drones on that A chord for like 2 beats, and then there's a hammer on with your ring and 2nd fingers that Chris Stapleton does. Ring finger and 2nd finger will hammer simultaneously, the ring finger going to the 4th string relative 4th fret, and 2nd finger going to the 2nd string relative 3rd fret out of this A bar position, and it holds on that, and then it pulls back off into the A. And then the lead up into the chorus, or with a hammer on there. So the way that you're going to lead up into this chorus is you'll have an open 5th string, pluck that, then go 5th string 2nd fret, then you'll go to an open 4th string, and then 4th string 2nd fret, and then move into a D chord by putting your ring finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret. You'll strum from the open 6th string down to the fretted 2 string, and then hammer on with your first finger to the 3rd string 2nd fret to make it the D. And just avoid strumming the first string at all throughout all of this chorus. And then it pulls off the first finger in the D, and then hammers back on into the D. And then it goes to a G chord. Same G chord as earlier, just barring the 5th fret of string 6, 5, and 4. And then it goes back up to the A chord, and then back down to the G chord. And in the G chord, you can hear him do the same hammer on the back half of the G chord as earlier, where you put you hammer your not ring finger. You can use your ring finger if you want to, but you hammer either your ring or your pinky finger down to the 5th string relative 7th fret, while leaving the rest of this G bar intact across strings 6, 5, and 4 on the relative 5th fret, and then you pull that hammer back off, and then it goes back into the main riff. And repeats the whole thing over again. So those are the chords and the movements to Either Way by Chris Stapleton. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.